All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle the single biggest question, the one thing on the mind of just about anyone thinking about buying an electric car. How long is that giant, expensive battery actually going to last? It's the elephant in the room for EV ownership, and for a lot of people, it's a huge source of anxiety. So today, we're going to put that fear under the microscope, dig into the real data, and find out what's really going on.
Okay, let's just dive into this head on. For a lot of folks, this fear is totally real. You hear these horror stories about a $10,000, maybe even $20,000 replacement cost, and it's easy to start picturing the battery as this ticking time bomb just waiting to go off the day after your warranty expires. But is that fear actually justified? I mean, is a full-on battery replacement something most owners should even be worried about? Let's look at the tech, the real-world numbers, and the guarantees to find out the truth. To really understand how long these batteries last, we've got to start with the technology itself. The way a Tesla is engineered is just fundamentally different from a gas car, and that built-in simplicity, well, that's a huge clue to how durable it is. It's a whole new way of thinking about how a car is built.
So the first thing you have to realize is that this isn't some strange, mystical technology. A Tesla battery pack is basically made up of thousands of individual lithium-ion cells. Think of them like supercharged versions of the same proven tech that's in your smartphone and your laptop. And that's a really good thing, because it means this core technology has seen decades of research and billions of dollars in development. Tesla's real secret sauce isn't just the cells, it's how they masterfully package, cool, and, most importantly, manage them with software to give them a really long and healthy life.
And check this out, because this right here really drives the point home. An electric motor, like the one in a Tesla, has about 20, that's 20 moving parts. That's it. Now compare that to a gasoline engine with its thousands of parts, pistons, valves, camshafts, belts, you name it, all grinding and creating friction, heat, and vibration. This incredible simplicity means there are just way fewer things that can break. It's why you never get an oil change, you don't have spark plugs, and you don't have an exhaust system that's going to rust out. The whole thing is just built for a totally different level of endurance.
Okay, so that brings us to the word that's at the heart of this whole discussion, degradation. Now, I know it sounds like a bad word, but it's a completely natural, really predictable process. And understanding this is key, because it's not about the battery suddenly dying. It's about a slow, graceful fade over many years. So here's the crucial point. Battery degradation is simply the slow loss of how much energy the battery can store. The absolute best way to think about it is your phone after, say, 3 or 4 years. It doesn't hold a charge for as long as it did when it was brand new, right? The battery isn't broken, it's just degraded a bit. The exact same thing happens in an electric car, but on a much slower and more predictable timeline, all thanks to those amazing cooling and battery management systems we just talked about.
And here we go. This is probably the single most reassuring piece of data we have. A huge report that looked at real-world information from thousands of EVs found that on average, a battery loses only about 2% of its capacity per year. So let's make that real. After 5 years of driving, your car might have lost about 10% of its original range. So if you started with 300 miles of range, you now have around 270. After a full decade, you'd still have about 240 miles of range. Now, is it a difference? Yeah, for sure. But it is a million miles away from a dead, useless battery.
So what's actually causing this? Well, experts say it boils down to two main things. The first is called cycling degradation. That's just the normal wear and tear from charging it up and driving it down. Like bending a paperclip back and forth over and over, eventually it gets a little weaker. The second is calendar degradation, which is pretty much just the effect of time itself. The battery's chemistry ages, and this happens even if the car is just sitting in your garage. This process can get a little faster if the battery's always left at 100% or close to zero, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Okay, but what if you're an outlier? What if something does go wrong and your battery starts degrading way faster than that 2% average? Well, that's where Tesla's promise comes in, the warranty. This is your official safety net. It's there to protect you against any premature failure or crazy high degradation.
All right, let's break this down because these details really matter. For the super popular Model 3 and Model Y, Tesla covers the battery and the motor for 8 years or 120,000 miles. For the bigger Model S, Model X, and the Cybertruck, they bumped that up to a massive 150,000 miles. But the most important part is that column on the right. Tesla guarantees the battery will hold on to at least 70% of its original capacity for that entire time. If it drops below that, it's on them and they'll fix it or replace it. So this isn't just protection against a dead battery, it's a guarantee of its performance.
So, we know the battery is built tough and it's backed up by a great warranty. But the story doesn't stop there. The way you actually treat your car has a real, significant impact on its long-term health. And the best part is, you have a ton of control here.
So a few things play a big role. Number one is your charging habits. Using DC fast chargers all the time is a lot more stressful on the battery than slower charging at home. Think of it like filling a water balloon. Using a fire hose is way more aggressive than a gentle garden hose. Extreme climates, especially super high heat, can speed up that calendar aging. And of course, aggressive driving with constant flooring that puts more strain on everything. And finally, letting the battery sit for days on end at 100% or way down at 5%, that puts chemical stress on the cells.
So how do you actually turn that knowledge into action? It is so simple. First, Tesla itself says you should set your daily charge limit to 80%, maybe 90 at the most. You only go to 100% right before you leave for a long road trip. Second, just try to live in that middle zone. Plug it in before it gets much below 20%. And third, for all your daily driving, just rely on slower charging at home or at work. Save those superchargers for when you're actually traveling. These simple habits make a massive difference over the life of the car.
You know, this whole idea is summed up perfectly by a bit of advice you'll hear from a ton of experienced Tesla owners. Keeping that battery in a happy middle zone for most of its life is the single best thing you can do for it. It's kind of like avoiding constant stress. By keeping it in that comfortable range, you're making sure the battery's chemistry stays as stable as possible. It's such a simple habit, but it pays off big time over hundreds of thousands of miles.
Now, what happens when a battery does eventually get to the end of its life in a car, maybe 15 or 20 years down the road? This isn't the environmental dead end that some people imagine it to be. The industry is already building a pretty fascinating system for what comes next.
So when a battery isn't quite good enough for a car anymore, it's perfect for something else. These batteries get repurposed for what are called second life applications. Think about it, a giant power bank for your house, storing up cheap nighttime electricity, or a whole bunch of them stabilizing the power grid for an entire neighborhood. And after that second life is over, that's when advanced recycling kicks in. Companies can now recover over 90% of all the good stuff inside, the lithium, cobalt, nickel, which then goes into building brand new batteries. This creates an awesome circular economy, and it seriously reduces the need for new mining.
So after looking at the tech, the real-world data, that solid warranty, and the best ways to take care of it, what's the final verdict? How long does a Tesla battery really last?
And here it is. This is the crucial takeaway. When you put it all together, the warranties covering up to 150,000 miles and the real-world data showing that slow, predictable fade, the conclusion is pretty clear. The battery pack is one of the most durable parts of the entire car. For the average person, it is way more likely that you'll just want a new car for its cool new features, or that other normal car parts will wear out long before that battery ever needs to be replaced. That ticking time bomb idea, for almost everyone, it's a myth.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. For 100 years, a car's value and its lifespan have been all about the mileage on the odometer. But in an electric world, where the motor can last for 1,000,000 miles and the battery just fades slowly over time, does that number even mean the same thing anymore? Maybe the new measure of a car's life isn't about how far it's gone, but how healthy its battery is. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about our cars.